this the Princess Ariane or whatever?
Oh, dude. Yeah, she's great.
That was the.
Anyways, let's not talk about this.
That's why you need.
Well,
to
I'm a
read
little
it, bro.
curious now. How in depth do they go in these sex?
It's pretty
A lot.
sweet.
It's pretty good.
Really?
A lot. Yeah.
Good?
I might read it now.
It's not
It's
good.
a little cringy.
It's not good. Yeah,
What?
there's that one infamous line. What is
Salmon
it?
Gilly.
Cole,
is
it
my
depends
favorite.
if they're into like
That
text
His
porn
fat
or not.
pink mast.
Is that what it says?
Those are, yep.
I don't
that's
even remember
verbatim.
that.
Because I feel like
That's a
Cole,
cool
I feel like Cole
book.
actually likes the sex scenes, but now I'm getting a vibe from Jet and Daniel that y'all find it cringy.
Yeah.
From reading it,
I remember like
yeah, it's
5.
kind of shitty.
They were-
yeah. There's
and
some
they were-
cringy part.
I mean, if you're going to write a sex scene, I guess have fun with it.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. They skipped over a lot though in Game of Thrones. Like the coolest parts of everything.
Well, let me
Game of
ask
Thrones, they skipped
you two
over.
this: what kind of sex scenes do you like in books? Then
I think
Do
they're
you like
trying
any?
to say that they don't want.
that's
any,
why I'm
they just
getting the
want
vibe.
it- Yeah.
Like a quick, like
I
we
read a good
fucked
bit
and
of
that's
fantasy.
it.
Implied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Wait,
so
what? That's
can
not
you?
what you're saying?
No, that's
Okay,
not
then
what-
So
can
then
you give
what's
me an
wrong?
example?
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of a sex scene book or like
well,
a?
I don't read. That's the thing. So I can't give you any examples of it. But from what
Okay.
I read from Game of Thrones, it's
You didn't like it.
But I will say, I do think I hear this from people that have read like other
Smut books.
Smut books, and I haven't. So I should put that out there.
I read 50 Shades
There-
of Grey.
I don't think
bro.
there's any other book. You know what? I take that back.
Not
There's
good.
like a sci-fi book I read once.
There's
It
a
was one
sci-fi
of the,
book that I
like
read, too.
Aliens books. I think had like a sex.
Altered
scene.
Carbon had a.
But I mean, it
some
was
good
pretty
ones, too.
similar though.
Yeah.
They're
So-
never gonna be good though. Like they're all just. If you find that stuff cringy, you're never gonna like it. Because you can
That's
take
what I'm
any of
saying.
those books.
That's what. That's
that's why
exactly what I'm
we're-
trying to point at. I'm
yeah.
trying to find an example of you liking
So
it.
we're agreeing.
So,
but
yeah.
still arguing.
Yeah. You
What-
did. This is the second time you've done this now.
It is.
Actually,
Okay, I'm gonna yes and.
it's
yes
you.
and,
So let's
yes
go.
and.
Let's continue.
Yes, and
Wait, where were we? Dunkin' Egg. Yeah.
Dunkin' Egg. Never read it.
You guys need to read it.
I know, 'cause it's like
everyone should read
fucking-
it. It's great. Really good character. I mean,
Now, do you think it's gonna
it's
be?
a nobody who is just
in the midst of all of this.
in the midst of just trying to be a great knight.
Now here we go. So it's not finished yet,
I mean, it
and George swears.
in Fire and Blood it is. So it is finished.
Is that
You
coke?
know how it all ends up.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
is,
it's finished.
Game of Thrones
actually.
is
So
the
let me
only
throw
thing
that
you
out
don't
there.
know how it ends.
Yeah,
up.
Dunkin' Egg is finished with the short stories and Fire and Blood. You know how the entire tale
but more
plays
books are
out.
coming out, right?
I think he is going to bring more short stories about Dunkin' Egg
There's how many? 4?
on more of their adventures, but you know how the whole story plays out. So it is finished.
Okay, because I was under the assumption that it wasn't finished, and he came and said, like, "I promise, guys, I'm gonna finish these books before
Yeah.
the show gets out," which is exactly what he said
He says that about us.
when Game of Thrones came out.
Look,
Is that he was gonna finish it before the series ended. We all
What
know
we
how
know about
shitty
this.
that ended. So how do I know it's not going to be another
What we know about
shitty
this.
ending? You know?
is just don't take George R. R. Martin for his word. He's a piece of shit. Okay,
I swear, all the book readers are just like copium
they are.
heroin addicts.
Yeah, we are.
Dude,
It's
I
I
bad.
don't think so.
Yeah, because now he's defending it, but then at the same breath, you'll say that he's never going to finish it.
he for damn sure is going to finish Wins a Winner.
It's
You
in
go
this,
through phases. Like the what's the?
like a heroin addict.
I swear the book's coming out next year. Look, I know for a fact the book's coming out this year.
Some people.
You guys can. You guys can.
Can we make a bet?
Yeah, you guys can. No. Listen here.
$100.
This is a chili coal fact. What's the book called? Wins and Winners coming out this year.
Dude, if it comes out this year,
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God.
I want all. Touch my pee-pee. All of you.
The thing is, though, like, Game of Thrones, dude, they just didn't do half the shit they were supposed to, like, in the show.
Yeah.
Because you haven't read it yet, right, Vincent?
No.
Dude.
Yeah,
when
I
it
can't
hits
believe you hadn't read it.
book
I
4,
started to read it, and then my work kind of schedule changed where
Mm.
I couldn't do it
I hate
anymore.
reading, but
Yeah,
that
you were
shit
doing
was
Fire and
so
Blood,
good.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I was a few hours into it.
I need back
Oh,
into it.
wow. But I don't think he got to House of Dragon part yet, which you did. You had to spoil it for yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. I looked it up, and
It's
I was
good.
like, dude,
It's
this shit
good.
is sick
Ladies
as
and
fuck.
gentlemen,
I don't want to spoil the ending to it
gonna be
because it
good.
is so sick. When I heard how it like all wraps up
how
at the
everything,
end,
yeah,
dude, I was like so game for it.
yeah.
Is it? But you have volume 2, don't they, for Fire and Blood?
There's gonna be, volume 2, but none of that's gonna, be.
So
House
as
of
far
Dragon.
as far as Game of Thrones go, he hasn't finished anything, right?
Here comes the
It's a
copium. Get
plant
ready.
That continues to grow. He's a gardener. Okay, with multiple gardens.
And the first book came out in what, 1998?
What is this garden reference you keep going on?
He's a gardener.
Is that like something
Some
he said?
people say he refers
says,
to himself that way. He basically like he doesn't really structure
Tends
out
to
his
his-
books. He literally like writes it as like the character would make decisions. So he's not like structuring out his book like with like a timeline or anything.
What's this guy laughing at over there?
I don't know.
It just sounds like coke. That's what
Like,
it just
no,
sounds
No,
like
I
coke.
don't.
No.
I think that's a
he-
terrible way to write a book.
I think he's genuine about that.
Mhm.
Daniel, would you ever write a book, bro?
Because
No.
I honestly,
No.
No,
for
I don't have the creativity.
some
Cole needs to
some
write
of
a
my
book.
friends know. Like
For sure.
I do like
Absolutely.
I do a lot of like short story writing, and I never finish anything ever. So I think
It's perfect for D.
You think you'd fall into that same
I
category?
think I fall into the exact
But
same category.
Maybe that's a good thing. It shows that you might have quality like George R. R. Martin.
and that's what I that's why I say I do agree that like I don't think he's just saying that.
Do you
I
think it
he
comes down
genuinely
To
means
the
it.
line of like perfectionist, like you finish it and then you're like, I could do something different.
Yeah, just the exact same.
Yeah,
way.
just the same way too.
For
with all
what?
of this.
Yeah.
I think
what?
everybody might have like
A specific field
a
that they do
specific
that
field
thing.
that
Yeah.
they have like a perfectionist kind of attitude. towards.
Oh,
and maybe
yeah.
not everybody, but
I think
for,
our
I
group.
guess something that you might be passionate about.
Yeah.
Maybe you.
Well, here's also the other thing is like when I release a video, it's kind of like, do I think it's worth people's time to do this, or could we do better? That's really where it falls in line there a lot of the times, and I'm like, if I could just take like a few more minutes, like every time I go to a video that we would do the vlogs for, I'd be like, if I had one more day, I could just make this perfect. But also having that sort of like, it has to come out at this time, at this day, is better
deadline.
because then we get shit done.
Mhm.
If I didn't have that, it would never get done, which is why we haven't posted in so long.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, I just need like another week on this and I'll be good. And then that week goes by and it's like the ideas that I have just jumble in my head. Or, like,
You heard
it
that?
Just doesn't. Yeah. Cool, just burp.
Yeah.
It just like doesn't. Having that deadline is, I think, crucial for it. And I think that might be the problem with it. At least for me, like creating videos and stuff, it's hard for me to say, put my name on this and say it's the best thing ever, and then kind of be like in the back of my head, like it's kind of shitty. It's whatever,
What about you, Daniel? What are you a perfectionist about?
I was a perfectionist in school.
Hmm.
In what way? What subject?
I think it's mostly because I didn't have to study for anything
Mhm.
when I was younger, like elementary to like late middle school, and then I had to study for stuff, and I never would. I
You were
always
the same
felt
way in
super
college?
overwhelmed by it. Yeah, I don't know how I made it through. I did.
I mean, that's good.
Terrible at studying.
I have that issue with
I'm the same way with everything.
I wanted to
Yeah.
get really into art, like digital art,
Mhm.
drawing art. But what I ended up finding that I would do is that when I'd start a project, I would spend way too long on it, erasing the same line over and over again, just and rewriting it, until eventually it's just like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm just going to try something else.
Dude, when we made that script for that movie we were gonna make, Daniel's Spooky Time Adventure. Danny's laughing, but still.
That's
I
funny.
went back.
That's funny. He brings that up. Yeah.
Well, that was the one thing that we actually finished. Like we sat down.
for like 8 hours.
Well, well, hold on now. We had to get outside help though because me and Jet.
Oh yeah.
We had to get outside help because me and Jet could not agree on. I don't know if it was the ending.
It was the biggest.
I think it was
argument. I'll
I
tell
think
you
it was
exactly
just
what
different. Yeah, it was different.
Visions.
No actions that characters would take. That's what it
So,
was. Oh man, yeah,
the
we got this
gist,
huge
the
argument.
gist of this like short film that we wanted to do was that there's a killer. We were having a Halloween party, just us and our friends, and there's a killer in the loose. And the argument was, if you saw your friend get murdered and you could see the killer, would you go after them or not? And I said no. I would not run after someone who potentially has a weapon that could kill me. And Cole said so adamantly that he would do this.
Mhm.
And that was where the argument stemmed from.
Yeah.
Would you or
Can
would
we
you
argue
not?
it now?
We don't need
Sure.
to.
I agree. I don't
and I'll
think.
tell you why we don't need to. Because guess what happened in the script? I end up chasing after the fucking killer. Okay.
So Jet
So-
conceded and took the
No,
L.
the outside help came in.
Sometimes. Yes.
Who was the outside help?
It was my ex.
It was one of his
Haley.
ex-girlfriends.
Sorry for asking.
No, it's fine. She helped out a lot because basically what would happen, it was
Shout
nice.
out to Haley.
It was
you're
nice
doing
because I would just spout off ideas or like, words, and she would just script them down. And then I'd go back and read.
Mhm.
So it was nice to have someone who was more or less just listening and then writing the shit down, as opposed to me just speaking out loud,
Is that what the intern does?
No, he doesn't do anything.
What do you pay him for?
I pay him in like Starbucks drinks and Celsiuses, I guess.
Dude, are you serious?
And Bud Lights.
All right, so
Speaking
He's
of
just here
Bud
for
Light.
experience, man. That's what an intern is.
here's the thing, though. Okay.
Capitalism.
I don't know. We did end up though after both like looking at that script. I think both of us came to it like this is great. I honestly think it's perfect. Like there's nothing about that script that I would want to change.
Oh, I
You know how
disagree,
much of it we got filmed?
but- So a hard lesson we learned when filming is that
10 minutes.
not even that.
Maybe. 10
Not
minutes
even
of
that.
the same 10 minutes over and over and over again. Like 2 hours of content.
Yeah.
I had to pull it all off and
it's
put it
some of
on a
the
hard drive
best.
for Jet.
And it was out of
a
order.
lot.
So the compilation I'm making, my idea was to put a piece of that in there, which there is in
That
the
first
compilation.
scene was a
It was pretty
banger.
bad.
No, it was good.
Nah,
It was
it
actually
was
good.
bad.
No, it was good.
dude.
It was really
Which
good.
part? Which part?
The intro.
The part where you're like following whoever. I don't remember who you were
Yeah.
following. That part was good.
Yeah.
The
No, the
acting
part
stuff
that's
after
that
was
you
fucking-
just say that because you were the one in there. Because
Oh,
you were the
I
one in
thought
it.
that was
That's
funny,
why.
though.
I mean, I was in it.
But then again,
that's
we
not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because it was bad.
we tried our
It was good.
We were
best
just
to
trying
be
too hard.
cringy.
We were
No,
trying
it
too
wasn't.
hard.
No,
Yes,
it
we
was
were. That's why
good.
we only got 10 minutes done.
No, it wasn't because you have to do a scene like 3 or 4 times, and a scene is like 4 seconds long.
Guys, our content has always been cringy.
Cole
That's-
didn't know his
True.
lines.
That is,
That's the appeal.
that is the appeal. That's kind of the market.
It's like
that we were
aware
trying
cringe.
to
Bro, when I
show.
broke it down, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is our first time writing a script, first time acting, first time filming. It's obviously just not going to be good.
Right.
But you just have to do it.
And
because
that's
you're never just
yeah.
going to learn anything from it if you just don't do it.
But that's how I felt about the script, though, too. It is written in a way that's exactly what it's supposed to be. That's why I think it was great for what it was.
I think we did a pretty good job. We hit all
Yeah.
the points
So
pretty quickly.
when I say perfect, I don't mean it's the perfect script. Like this is God's gift to filmmaking.
this is the next
or anything.
Tarantino, bro.
No, it's just for what we were going
It was
for. I
about
think it was
feet?
really good. Yeah, it was about feet.
A lot of feet. No, it was pretty good. I'll have that opening shot because I added music and changed it up. Like I edited it a little bit and I made it like more like the feel to it. I wanted to do that with the whole scene because I feel like when we do Scooby Drew, that it'll be a big comp.
We just need like a weekend to do it. That was the
no,
that
we
was
need
part of the
longer than a
problem.
weekend,
Yeah,
bro.
we need-
Well, okay.
We need
but
like several weekends. But yeah,
we
I get
tried
what
to
you're
do it
saying.
in one night, and that was
Yeah.
like everybody could only be there for that one night. It just was.
Yeah, and
too
Noah and
much.
Amanda want to be in it, and we had to cut them basically because their scenes were like 5 minutes into the script, and we couldn't get there. There's too many people. That was the problem. Anyways,
Yeah, that was part of it.
let's get
Yeah.
back on topic, bro. I want to talk about the Hogwarts shit, man. Because they're
You think
revamping.
they should do it again?
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what? So what is this? Yeah,
So
because
HBO announced
okay.
they're gonna do 7 seasons of Harry Potter. They're gonna recast everybody, and each season is gonna be about a different book.
Wait,
That also came with the announcement of Dunk and Egg.
What is it supposed to be tailored to? Is it just going to be like a reenactment?
Yeah, it's basically gonna be
Yeah.
the first, like the movies that came out. They're just
With more
redoing them.
content.
why?
Because it makes money.
Because it makes money, bro. Why would you
God
not
damn.
do it?
Dude,
Honestly,
Harry Potter
I'm-
makes bank.
I'm kind of excited about it because I thought the movies were bad.
In what way?
They're cringe.
Just
They are cringe, but it's fucking wizards. What
What
do you
if?
expect?
Yeah, I was about to say, what if like I just don't think I like the. I don't like
child
Harry
actors
Potter.
never
Yeah,
been.
you
I don't
hate
like Harry Potter. Yeah, me and
You
Cole.
hate,
I
y'all
hate
hate Harry
yeah.
Potter.
like the character or Daniel Radcliffe.
I think there's like cool parts to it, but I just think I don't like the
Oh,
whole.
sorry,
like,
you mean like the
universe.
series. Oh, okay.
I'm a wizard.
That's exactly.
That's
how
what I
they
don't
do it.
like. You know, they're like
There
whipping
is-
nays. Like,
It's amazing you hate that, but then you like dragons and shit. Because I would put
Yeah.
that in the same fucking category as cringe.
dude, killing a dragon with like a battle axe is not the same thing.
It's a
as,
lot
like,
more metal than.
You're casting spells. It's the same thing as like D&D and shit. It's in the same realm.
Harry
Cole
Potter
will
is
never
young
play a
adult.
mage.
Totally different.
I'll go ahead and tell you that. In all the games that he plays, he's not going to play mage.
You know, this is the
Yeah.
difference because when we do a D&D, you're the swordsman, I'm the warlock.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the
But that's
line
still-
split there, bro.
That's still cool though, because like you aren't got this small little stick that you're like doing.
Okay, well I gotta ask this: did y'all read Harry Potter?
No.
No, I didn't.
Did
Read
you
it.
read Harry Potter?
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
there's the answer.
Yeah,
That's why you
The
didn't
books
like
are better
The books
than the
are
movies.
way
I've
better.
heard that.
Well, what about the movies? Don't you like then?
it. They just left so much out, and
I think my
just-
favorite part is Moaning Myrtle.
Shut up.
where she sexually assaults him in the bathtub.
I don't remember that. I just remember it being
Oh, I
really
remember
annoying and
that.
it being cringy. And it
Can we
was
watch
funny.
Harry
Bad.
Potter together? Can we do that?
Can we watch that one scene?
The Moaning Myrtle? Sure, yeah. I'd be down.
Hey, where's that bottle opener?
No, the coolest part is wherever that one guy punches somebody else, and that's the only cool part in the entire
Who are you talking
movie.
about?
Isn't
Somebody
there like
gets
7
punched.
movies?
8.
In the middle of like this
Which
wizard
movie-
battle.
whi-
Oh!
Which movie is that?
I have no idea,
Wait,
but
describe
I know
it again.
there's
I'll tell you,
one
I'll tell you
person.
right now.
He gets punched. They're having like a wizard
it's
battle.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
There we
It's
go.
not a wizard. It's not a wizard
Hermione.
battle. It's Hermione. Yeah, punches
Draco.
Draco in the face, which doesn't happen in the books. That's also the worst fucking book too. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Really?
Yeah, because they
I like
introduced
that
time
one.
travel. I mean, I like the book, but
Time travel?
you never introduce time travel.
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean,
it's
I
one of the
agree,
Deathly
I guess.
Hallows.
Maybe so.
I think
I
it's
don't
like
know.
in the woods.
All I know is Fantastic Beasts fucking sucks.
It
They're like
does
doing their little
so-
Those were
teleportation
so
and
bad.
everything. and-
I'm surprised that, dude, there was so much pushback about the Hogwarts game because of J.K.
Oh.
Rowling. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very surprised that I've not heard any rumblings online
Yeah, I know.
about this
It's-
movie because she's like an executive producer on it. I would
She
expect
has
people to be
to be,
really
bro.
upset.
She
Oh.
probably has a way more, like, higher say of what's going on in the
Yeah.
show than she does that game, which is
Well,
funny.
I don't know that
and-
they're really going to change
Yeah.
that much. I think Dumbledore's just going to be outwardly gay,
Mhm.
and I think Hermione's going to be black. I'm calling that now.
Mhm.
Hermione being black.
Yeah.
But she was.
And
I don't see. I don't understand that because it wasn't really.
It was never explained in the books.
Yeah.
I've heard about that.
they describe her.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
they.
if they describe her skin color ever. But
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. But they
I
just.
don't care.
They just said, well, it
Um,
sounds like she could be black, so she's black. Which I don't care either way,
It's
but I'm just
vague
saying,
enough
like, it
that
just
you could-
doesn't.
If you wanted to
I
think
don't
that.
Do you feel like that they're just trying to do it just to be like, yeah,
No, that's fine with what they said, but then J.K. Rowling was like, yeah, see,
yeah, we're diverse.
I'm pretty
She-
progressive, bro.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
Kind
maybe
Dumbledore
she's
is
maybe
gay.
she's trying to
What?
push back from all the pushback that she got for the game.
This
Like,
is.
trying to be
I think this
more-
is pre that because she was
Oh,
everyone's
okay.
hero
Yeah.
before.
I mean, she did it with Dumbledore, though, right? Like that's a.
Yeah, that was a huge thing. She was just like, yeah, he's gay.
It's never
And they're like,
explicitly
why
said,
does
but
that matter?
you could.
And she's like, does
You
it
think
matter
they
if
could
you're
kind
gay?
of come to the conclusion?
It's a little implied.
Yeah, he's in love with Grindelwald.
Either
basically.
that or he's asexual. I mean, he never like
doesn't
marries
really-
or anything, and
Yeah.
he had a really close relationship with.
I feel like it doesn't
Grindelwald,
count
so-
unless it's explicit. I feel like you're just trying to virtue
Well, you got to
signal
remember
at that
these
point.
came out in like the '90s, so
Mhm.
Well,
right?
the last one came out in 2008,
well,
which is
they
the one
started
where
in the
they
90s, so.
they said like he's
Started
gay.
in the
It would have
90s,
been
though. I see what
more
you're saying.
unpopular then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But if like that's how you truly feel, why should, if it's a popular opinion or not, matter?
It just felt like she was just saying it to like score points.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's right.
Just to
A
be-
virtue
yeah.
signal. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like. But
And it was
I'm
just
an
kinda
outsider
like,
still.
I was like, I don't even care. That's the that's the problem. I don't think it really matters
It
to
doesn't.
the story, and that's her point though. But it's also just like, why are you just trying to score points off this? It just feels like you're just trying to win some made up argument. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I think it can matter in some stories. I know Noah had a gripe with some of the skin color changes in the Wheel of Time show because there's certain races that are less popular and not seen as much, and then when they change it, like in the book they have like a specific reaction to a certain race, and then in the show when you change that race to something, then it changes like the natural reaction that those people would have had in the book.
I know what he's talking about. I mean,
I haven't read the book or watched
Didn't
the
that
show.
show
It's a-
suck?
yeah, it did. The I mean, the problem is that it's a bunch of the race they're the Aiel,
Mm-hmm.
and they live in the desert, and they're all pale redheads. So it doesn't really make sense to begin with because they live in the desert. In my opinion, I mean, I guess they wear like kind of like burqas. I don't know I can't remember what they call them, but it's just like that idea of like like they have like head coverings and like they cover up their face here. So it's not ridiculous that they would be like dark skinned just from being in the sun. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think they
it's not
describe
that-
some of the characters at one point like being like dark skinned.
Well, it's not that it's natural for them to look like that. It's just the reaction people have when they see them because it's so distinct.
Yeah. I mean, there's only. She's not actually been in the show yet, but they have casted the person he's talking. I know what he's talking
Are
about.
they still gonna do the show though?
I don't know, dude. They apparently started filming season 3 and they haven't even announced season 2 yet. So I don't know what they're doing.
It's Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah.
They can kind of just do
Mhm.
whatever though, because they're such like a
Yeah, they can.
They got a month.
I feel like that's how a lot
Massive
of
company.
companies are nowadays. Though they can kind of keep releasing garbage. Shout out to Velma.
The first season.
And
callback.
Did you watch that,
no, I didn't.
dude?
I
it
got
was
pissed because it was on
so
my
bad.
recently watched. I was like, who's been
Because we
on
watched
my
it here.
HBO watching this crap?
It was
I was like, they're gonna.
one of the worst things I've seen.
Yeah.
One of the worst things I've seen. But
But
yeah, Netflix does a lot. I feel like all the Netflix shows fucking suck.
not all of them. They come out with some good. Ozark was one of the greatest shows I've
Yeah,
ever
but
seen.
recently, in the last like year or so,
Beef is a top tier show. It might be
Anything
show
they
of the year.
release that's good,
this year.
they'll cancel it in 1 or 2 seasons.
I'm just talking about like fucking
know
Emily
what
in
you mean,
Paris
though.
or
Yeah, yeah.
You. Those shows
I know what you
fucking
mean.
suck.
I don't know why I came out so hard, like defending. I
No,
I
Netflix
do
is
agree.
good.
I do agree with you. I do think that they release a lot.
Did
of
y'all watch The
garbage,
Last Kingdom?
But they have really good.
That was a really good
Last
show.
Kingdom was good. I fell off on the last
Did you watch
season.
the movie?
I
Oh,
still
yeah.
I still haven't finished the last season. For some reason, I
Don't-
can't get through it.
Don't watch the movie. It's
Oh,
not
no.
very good. Like, it's good. I'm glad it's over. I'm just glad it's over.
I want
It's
to.
done.
I do want to go back and say
One
something
more.
about. I guess we were talking about I don't know, like skin changing when it comes to like books to movies and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I do want to say that I think that because I think there was a brief moment where they were talking about it for like James Bond, also,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
to me, I didn't have a problem with at all because I mean James Bond's a different person in like all these movies anyway. You know what I mean? To me, I always felt like, and I could be wrong because I hadn't read the book, so book readers might completely
James
disagree with
Bond?
this. For James Bond, I always felt like that they were just like different people anyway, taking on the mantle of 007
Yeah.
James Bond. You know what I mean?
Well, in the books, or sorry, not the books. Even in the movie, it's like that.
yeah,
Like that's like a status,
right,
Like
exactly.
007 status.
Yeah. And so,
it could be anybody.
which is totally different from like
There
Hermione.
isn't there in the last one with Daniel Craig?
Mhm.
He's not even like 007 anymore.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's true.
I
think
never
they're
watched.
Talking, I think
any
they're
of
talking
them.
about the name though, like James Bond, like the name.
Yeah.
Not the-
Well, I mean,
But
I
that
think
feels
that's
just
kind
like
of
a
code
moniker
name, too.
anyways.
Yeah.
Like that's just my
Yeah.
alias, bro.
But I mean, I don't think that you know what an artist can do whatever they want if they want to say, you know what, oh he's gay now or
Yeah.
change
But
the skin color or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
fine.
know.
I mean, it's one thing though if you're trying to release like the original content and they're explicitly explained one way in a book though.
What do y'all think about Cleopatra being black? It's the latest one.
Yeah.
This is what the expectation is though, and I do think that if you want to remain I don't know, if you want to give respect to the author, that's why it's kind of weird for J.K. Rowling, you should try to just keep it the same way it was in the book, you know what I mean? To show respect to and plus
Yeah.
if people love the book, just keep
Well,
it the
she's
same way. I mean, you see a lot
she's the
of
executive producer, so I mean, I guess.
But also-
saying that.
A part of me that goes against that is that sometimes who's ever casted might
Mhm.
just fit the role better. Like with that Resident Evil show
Mhm.
that got canceled because the fans hated it so much. When they did Albert
course.
Wesker,
yeah.
I actually really liked the
Yeah.
race change in that. I thought he did such an amazing job,
Mhm.
and I was all on board once I
Mhm.
saw his acting. I was like, this is amazing. But some people push back on it still
Yeah.
because I think he's depicted as like a neo-Nazi almost, or because he's supposed to be
Yeah.
like a skinhead or something.
But
But
I mean,
I don't know if that's actually ever.
that's
written.
a great argument because look at House of the Dragon, the sea snake, Corlys,
The Valerians.
Oh,
Valerian.
he is sick.
awesome, did a fantastic
Yeah.
job. But I mean, as far as we know, they're all supposed to be white in the book.
Yeah, they're supposed to be white,
They're Valerian,
pale
so-
with purple
Oh
eyes.
yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
they're
are
supposed to be
Valyrian
pale
blood.
with the purple
That
eyes,
is
which
one
of course
thing-
they never did in the shows. But
Yeah, I wish they would have done that in the shows. Kind of
yeah.
made them more distinct with those
Yeah.
features. That felt more high fantasy.
But I mean, that's a perfect example. It didn't affect the viewing experience at all.
Yeah, as someone who
they changed,
hadn't read it.
you know, they changed it, but you know, it doesn't change
I
if
always-
it's good or not.
I always feel like it's like, yeah, that's cool, but it doesn't really affect my opinion on the shows, you know?
Right.
Like, if
yeah,
someone's cast and they're Native American, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
cool.
right.
But it's like, is the show good? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I think that's what it comes down to.
well,
is
it
if
also
it's-
feels like it's pandering sometimes. Is like, ooh, man, you should check this out. There's
Yeah.
a Native American in it.
that's the
I'm
key.
good.
Is if you're just doing it for pandering, or if the person is actually.
Yeah,
good
but
for
that's
the role.
that's so
Fit
hard.
for
Though.
the
Yes.
Like that's such a vague. Like you don't know their intentions unless you're like
I
sitting in
know.
the writers' room
You don't.
Yeah.
or the hiring room.
But
So-
that's what it all comes down to. Is like, they're just doing it for money, anyways. So it's like,
I guess the only way you'd really know is if like they were like really playing it up in like the promotional material, maybe.
But overall,
That-
it's
that could seem
it's good to
cringy.
have just more like
diversity.
diversity, like lead roles, because obviously, like in the early '90s and '80s, it's been a lot less of diversity, and we've slowly grown out of it through like movies and stuff.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
For sure.
which is definitely good.
Yeah.
Well, that leads me to the next topic, which is Bud Light.
What do you want to
I
talk
don't.
about?
Well, so Bud Light, the fucking Kid Rock or whatever.
Oh yeah. I think that's the one thing I do know about all
So
of this.
that was one of the videos I want to show you. But basically, Kid Rock is like, Grandpa's feeling a little frisky or something, and he basically takes his gun, shoots a bunch of Bud Light cans, and is like, "Fuck Bud Light and fuck Anheuser Busch or whatever."
We ain't
And
drinking
then-
Bud Light no
yeah.
more.
So in case you didn't know, Bud Light partnered with some trans media star on TikTok and made some promotional material. And one of the cans, which I tried to find but couldn't, had a bunch of rainbow
We
stuff
couldn't
on
even
it or
find a
something.
can.
I couldn't find the fucking can. Well, I went to one store. I went to Target.
Well, we are here in the South.
yeah, we're in the Bible Belt, so that
We
shit
are in
probably
the
was
Bible Belt.
that
You're
shit was
gonna be
taken out to the
bringing that
dumpster
my
and thrown
stores,
it.
brother.
All I gotta say is I've had people come up to me and be like, "I'll take any beer as long as it's not Bud Light."
Oh,
That's
for
pretty
real?
funny.
Like it
For realsies,
at,
yeah.
at work?
Yeah, work.
It's
They're
funny they
like,
say that.
yeah.
My coworker, him and his buddies, he's like in his 50s, late 50s. Him and his buddies watch games. They go to golf and stuff, and they drink Bud Light. That's like their go-to drink.
Yeah.
And he was telling me at some game that him and like 10 other buddies, even his son-in-law was there. They no one made an agreement to do this, but they all showed up with Yingling after this whole thing, which was funny.
Intern's
but
beer choice.
Not a single person brought anything but that, but they never agreed on it. So
They never conversed before.
Yeah, they never
just
conversed
wanted to go
before.
before.
and they knew about the drama or whatever, and they all brought Yingling.
So
Which
they
was
were
so funny.
against Bud Light.
Oh yeah, they were.
Maybe I should start.
Let's have a round table here.
I've always hated Bud Light,
Yes, Bud Light sucks.
so I really don't got a horse in the race.
Despite what your feelings may be, Bud Light does suck. It's okay. It's not great.
What's
It's
their-
not bad, but it's definitely overrated.
We were yelling
What's their
at each
motto?
other
Isn't it
before
supposed to
the
be like
podcast.
King of Beer or something?
Yeah, that's Budweiser.
Budweiser.
King of beers.
The king of beers.
Shit sucks.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, they're all
Pretty
fine.
good.
But that's what makes it suck, though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it'd
what
be
makes
fine
it suck.
if it
It's
was
not
like-
good. It's fine.
It's just mid.
It's like Barks.
We're gonna go back into
good.
this, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were arguing earlier.
Let's go
about
back
Bud
to the Middle Ages.
For a third time.
All right.
So I don't. We can get into the trans stuff if you guys want, but I wanted to talk more or less about like. I don't think it's cool that corporations take political sides to begin with.
No,
Is it
it's not. It's
political?
yeah, it has a. It's definitely political, or it has some kind of political leaning.
I mean, because like GOP is trying to like make stuff against it, but I wouldn't call it inherently political.
Well, yeah, with Florida, right?
And
Nearly
everything
40.
is political,
The
or
don't
can
say
be.
gay bill or whatever.
When you make a something like this, you're leaning toward a side typically, and this
Oh,
specifically.
yeah, no, I mean, it's like it's definitely in support,
Mhm.
or like, but who cares? Is
Is
my
it though? I don't know. That's what I'm.
well, I
trying to
think
question.
the main
like, is it support? Your question on that?
Do they care? Is
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
questioning.
I mean,
Does Bud
No.
Light care about you and your health and what you politically base off of?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I guess
That's my
It's a
biggest issue.
corporation.
How
but
many
I want to hear
people
what you have to say because I
Die
have.
from drinking and driving?
yeah. The question I think
fair.
is
It's just money and it's
uh,
capitalism, but yeah.
does a beer have to take up your I don't know. I guess your rights like have to fight your battles to show that they support you.
I don't really feel like it's fighting a battle though. I mean, I feel like it's just.
You think it's just purely advertising?
Yeah, that's
think-
what I'm trying to get at. Is that's why I'm saying it's definitely political.
I think it's put their name in the news. I mean, I don't think it's like purely what's the good word for it? Like, I don't think it's really
Progressive.
necessarily out of the goodness of their hearts. I think they knew that this would generate clicks and stuff.
So you think
Absolutely. I
you
just
think their
don't care.
goals are progressive or not?
I mean, they had to know they'd probably take like a big drop in sales for like conservatives.
That's what I'm saying. So interesting, though.
Yeah.
But do you think
I don't know
it
what that actually
counteracts
looks
the
like.
bigger sales for like progressives,
I don't know.
or do you feel like it's less?
You'd have to look at their profits. And
Their
like
stock
a
dropped.
year.
Well, I mean, Jet made the point.
Their stock dropped.
This
But
is
it
the
slowly
point,
got
though,
back up.
That the point that Jet made is why not just advertise your beer?
It's just beer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just a fucking beer. You
Well,
know what I
granted,
mean?
it is a private company, so
I mean,
they're able
my-
to.
They can do whatever they want.
Yes.
It's totally fine.
So why not?
But
Yeah, but
I
why
just
do
don't. I just don't understand why people care. Like, just they can do whatever they want. Yeah. So who cares?
Because it's
I mean,
popular.
yeah.
One, it's a very
Okay.
popular
No,
brand
I don't
of
think
beer.
any of us are going to disagree with that.
Yeah.
I'm
but
just saying, like,
why damage your reputation with any one group I think that's the question.
Because this damaging your reputation is ridiculous. Like, it's just a subgroup of people. Like, and it's under like 1%
It's
of
so-
the
yeah.
population. Like,
Yeah.
So who cares? Like, they're not exclusive of anybody else. Like, you could just be inclusive.
Do you
of
think it's virtue signaling then?
The problem
If
is
it's under 1%, and do
Yeah.
they actually care, or is it just a stunt to make money?
I mean, I think arguing that point is just why we don't know,
because
and
the
Because-
thing is,
I will never know.
people
because
are going to
people-
care.
yeah, they
They
are going to
do,
care.
obviously.
Yeah,
I think
You're
it-
right.
I
You're
think they do.
100% right. Why care? I hated Bud Light always.
think
So I
that's
don't
good.
give a shit about this conversation. But some people have been drinking Bud Light forever, and they're telling Jet that I'll take anything but Bud Light. So why do that
Why-
to yourself?
I just
when
don't
you could just
understand why people
advertise
are so
Bud
against
Light,
like trans
damn
people.
good beer.
yeah.
Here's my main issue.
Would you be upset? Would this be a conversation if they came out in like support of women?
Yeah.
Are we already here? Hold on. I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back to a serious thing.
Unless she's bringing it to me in my living room.
Okay.
Unless that's the commercial.
That's a joke.
No, back
The
when
official sponsor of your wife bringing you a beer.
That needs to be their counter ad, honestly. So all this.
Y'all are about
stop. Hold on. I
Let's
have
make
a
this
serious
bit.
point. I
Let's
have a
just
serious
film this
point.
I was
bit.
about to do
Okay.
I was about to go on a whole bit.
Back when Black Lives Matters
Yeah.
was really popular on Twitter and in corporations like Nike, I think did something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Xbox even did. Video games did. A lot of things did. My biggest issue when like multi-billion-dollar companies do this is that the whole premise around Black Lives Matter is that there's been systemic racism like built into kind of our country, and that is mostly exploited at like bigger corporations and the government. So it's such a like
So the corporations.
yeah,
being
it's
the
the
ones-
corporations being the one who has
Yeah.
this
Corporations are awful. Don't get me wrong.
that have this
I love
systemic
Amazon.
racism built into them are now appealing to the people that they're
Yeah, I agree,
systemically
that's dumb.
racist against, which I find so ridiculous that now we're gonna appeal because
They're part of the problem.
and the issue is that people don't even realize they're like,
So
oh yeah,
wait, you
fuck
think
yeah.
Nike was a part of the problem, and that this was just sort
Doesn't
of
Nike have sweatshops in
Okay,
China?
when you get into
I don't
Should
know.
watch that.
Probably.
Nike
systemic
movie.
racism, yeah, any kind of like big corporation
yeah.
and the government, anything large that's mostly been in with America for a long time is going to have those kind of issues. And then when they go to appeal the exact type of people that they're pretty much hurting and have been hurting for the past 50 years or more, a lot longer actually. I don't know how long Nike's been around, but it's just so ironic. That's
Yeah.
my issue. And then I get the same vibe, like I get a flashback when I hear this thing with like the Bud Light stuff. Not saying that they've been against trans or anything, but I would probably assume that a lot of drinkers for Bud Light are probably very against trans rights in general.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
But
don't
maybe that's
know.
just
I
because where we
don't-
live. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know, like, do we
You're the
make more
one-
sales of Bud Light
I just
here
thi-
than
I
we
just
do
don't
in
think-
like California? Like per capita?
Look, I'm against
don't know.
corporations taking political sides to begin with. I think we all are on the same side there
Amen,
of just
brother.
being like, that's just stupid. Because they don't care. Bud
Mhm.
Light doesn't care either way. Doesn't give one
That's-
single fuck. He
under
just wants to make
capitalism,
money.
you can't care.
Yeah, it's just they just want to make money at the end of the day. So all this
Yeah,
is just
absolutely.
bullshit to boost sales or make clicks or whatever.
Did you just hear what he said? But under capitalism,
Yeah, Vincent's a socialist now.
I'm not a socialist.
he's not a socialist. I'm just
Capitalism's the
fucking
best
dumb.
system that we have, but there are issues.
Yes.
But we're not going to get into that.
He's right, and I completely agree with him.
He's right. Now how is he?
But
how
it's
is he- how
also
is he
the
wrong?
damn best. Say it again, brother. It's the damn best.
It is the best. It's the so far it's been the best system we've made.
Take
I
that.
got a question for you.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
say-
take
I didn't
that,
say
okay?
anything.
I
maybe we
feel
should
like
look at
I
him.
feel like
You
Cole
take
had me
that,
away
okay?
from him,
Take
like
what?
against him, and now he's pulling me in
Yeah.
to use me as a weapon.
Yeah, he was
against
on
you.
my side to begin with.
Yeah,
And now he's
like, what the
against
fuck
me.
did Vince
I'm in
just say?
bit mode
And then
right now, and it's really hard
in
for me
bit
to
mode.
just.
stay in
Okay.
bit mode. It's great.
Ooh,
I just
okay.
haven't. I don't
Keeps
know.
us
Maybe I
grounded.
don't talk to enough people, but I just don't meet anybody who's like the anti-trans group.
You know, but
That's not on the internet.
that's the biggest thing though is, and that's why I think we had a conversation maybe on Discord last night about the average person, right?
Yeah,
And
kind of.
there's so many different takes on the average person, what the average person is. I don't think average people give a shit about any of this. I don't
I think people
that-
who watch Fox News every night do.
Is that
But
average?
who
though?
does
And-
that?
It's
A lot of
the
people
largest
do.
news
You think-
network in America.
You think
So
a lot of people do that?
I think
think millions of
people
people do
ages maybe 40 or 50 above. Yes. Either way,
I don't know.
It's just, I mean,
don't know
it's,
this
I don't
it's
know.
the
I don't
idea
know
of
this
pure
stat.
monitoring.
let's go back to trans because
Just
I
because
think that's a
it-
very good topic.
Okay.
Trans maybe 5-10 years ago, most people I used to think personally that it was actually just like a mental disorder, like a body dysmorphia thing. But after like really learning about it, watching debates against and for it, I've completely changed my mind about it. And I think a lot of people should actually get kind of caught up with like the newest kind of takes on it. The issue is that there's no like super hard science like that just backs it, but it's very hard to study something like this, especially with it just being such a rare thing because it's like less than 1% or something. The best take that I've heard that really converted me back in the day was that it was in a conversation, someone arguing against him, but his take was that in the future, let's say we develop science enough to where we can swap brains with people. And maybe I swapped my brain with a female body. What would I tell that person to do? Do they have to become female or do I have to become male? Like, what does that person do? And if we don't have the science to actually examine that right now, like if a female brain is in a male's body or a male's brain is in a female's body, what's the option for that person?
I don't know. Doesn't it come
And-
down to most of like hormones and stuff though?
Hormones just affect kind of like not like your brain effectively. I mean, it might change some like thought
Hormones
process.
directly affect the brain, though.
But you're still going to be you regardless. The point of it is that if my brain, a male brain, is in a female's body, do we tell the new Vincent to act male? Does he act male or does he start acting female?
It's a nature versus nurture thing, basically, right? Is that what you're saying? The argument being like, does nature dictate how you react, or does the way you're nurtured dictate how you react? Were you always destined to be this person, or was it the circumstances around you make who you are?
The point, it's not anything to do with that really. The point of it is that we don't have a way to say, oh, this is a male like brain and this is a female brain. We don't have any science that proves that. Kind of like when we had the gay gene come out, or like, okay, so gays do exist. That was like way back ago. We don't have something like that for trans right now. But if it ever does come out, then obviously opinions, there won't be any pushback because there's scientific proof.
Wait, are you telling me there's a gay gene? Is that a thing?
Yeah, jeans you wear.
There's like genes that likely apply that if you have this gene, you'll most likely have gay tendencies or be gay or
So
something.
that's false, right?
So when did you find out you had it?
I'm not gay. You've literally asked me this before. I was wearing some earrings, and you were like, "Bro, are you gay? You can tell me." And I said, "I'm not gay."
He was being genuine, wasn't he?
being.
That was a
I
couple
was
months
being-
ago.
That was a few.
That was
a
last
few
week.
Years ago. That was a few years ago.
It
man.
was a good bonding experience. Me and Cole.
It was.
Ooh, okay, so I got a question.
Don't touch me like that. Dude, me and Jet have been friends for so long. We sleep in the same bed
That is true. Yeah.
when we were younger.
Can we hear the question?
Just a year ago.
Yeah, I was about to say younger. We were like 20 years
Are
old.
there any corporations that you do boycott?
No.
Twitter.
I got one.
I hate
Oh,
Twitter.
really?
Twitter. Yeah, I don't like
Absolutely.
Twitter either. But I don't really boycott it.
it's
It's
gonna be the NRA,
really,
No.
But now that Elon Musk owns it, I might
I
change
don't
my
like the
opinion.
NRA really.
come
but-
back to Twitter, bro.
I think the concept of Twitter is just shit. I think the idea that it's not about what is being said, it's about who's saying it, is the worst idea ever.
Do you think it's just a toxic cesspool?
I think that's all
I do.
social
Yeah,
media,
that's just
dude.
the internet in
That's
general.
the internet.
Yeah, but it's not that. That I'm fine with. Whatever. My issue is that if a popular opinion comes up, it's typically from someone who's popular. But if someone has an unpopular opinion, like someone who isn't popular has an opinion, it may never get heard or spread well. It might be 10 times better than any other popular person's opinion.
It became way too big than it was supposed to, though. It was supposed to be just about following celebrities and hearing whatever the fuck they have to say. And then it just became
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah, no,
like
it's,
way
it's,
beyond
it's,
board.
It's insane.
meant to be.
Some people argue that it's like with the internet
that's not-
age and Twitter being as big as it is, that it's part of like normal Discord.
Yeah.
Like if you get banned from Twitter, people on the right were arguing that if you get banned from Twitter, you're basically having your freedom of speech taken from you, because that's such a big part of like speech now is
Yeah.
Twitter or these.
But they can just do whatever the fuck they want, though, right?
Yeah, they're private. That's the issue.
That's so crazy. I
It
mean,
is.
wasn't that a big argument of like Trump, like how he got elected was basically through Twitter? I've heard that argument before.
I just know he's banned
Possibly.
off of it.
I
He
think
did
it-
get
yeah.
banned.
But
Anyways,
then
no,
they
there's,
go ahead.
I was gonna say there's no corporations, because I don't know, getting tied up with all that just seems stupid.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they just want my money.
Yeah.
But I also say I'm not brand loyal, but then I usually only buy like certain
I think
Certain
brands.
brands,
I think
and I'm
men
I found
tend to
myself
be
doing the
brand
same thing.
loyal. I don't know what brought this up, but years
It's all
ago.
your Supreme stuff, right?
yeah, I'm decked out. I actually was gonna wear a Supreme shirt today. Yeah, I bought one
Oh, that's
because I was like,
pretty
I just want to see what.
I don't know why, but I think males just tend to be like more brand oriented.
I
Well, we
think
found
I
what
think
we
a lot
like
of
and
times,
we-
you pick
We
some.
keep to it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You find something that works, and you just don't never buy anything else ever again.
But when like female shop, I'm just talking about clothes. I feel like
Females do
Females
They-
be shopping,
do
bro.
be shopping, bro.
I think they just go for the instant look. They don't really care about the brand. Well, whenever I shop, I go for a specific brand that I know that I like. I don't just go with whatever.
Now, is this on a study of females that you've read, or is this
Yeah.
just
No, this is purely anecdotal.
anecdotal? Okay.
So it's fake.
All right, so listen, females.
Fake news.
The one of you that's listening to this podcast.
Can we get a female opinion?
We
on
would like
this?
to hear. Yeah, we'd like to get your opinion on if that's.
I mean,
true
would
or
you
not.
guys disagree with
And if you have male friends, is it true? Do they stick to like the same brands, or do
Yeah,
they?
post a comment, man. Let's
Yeah.
get it. Let's see the discussion going in the comments.
Yeah.
What's your favorite brand?
Because I think, I mean, I'm agreeing with them. I usually do. I find a brand, I'll stick to it, and I'll end up switching brands maybe, but then I'll just keep getting that one.
Don't even think of just clothes.
Coke,
think of
man.
like
Yeah, I'm thinking of a bunch of
video
them.
game
All Coke, yeah.
consoles. I did Nintendo
Yeah.
from childhood till still today. Like I've almost bought every single console, even if
Yeah,
I
was
don't
on- I was
like
on
the
Xbox
console.
side of the console
Yeah,
first.
and there's people on the PlayStation, and there would be fights online all the time about like
PlayStation
for Xbox, yeah,
PC.
or PC Master Race. It's always
Yeah.
a fight
Master
because they
Race.
just want to defend that like.
I thought that was just dead and a meme, but dude, you go on like
It won't
Reddit
ever
or
die.
something, and
It
it's just
won't die
people
ever.
Still talk about it.
It's
Really?
great. I
Still?
love
Gives
it.
a fuck.
Yes, they do, and
That's
it's
funny.
amazing. I love that that's still a thing
I've
too.
I hate
ascended,
gamers.
so
God damn. Anyways, we can keep talking. No, let's
Wait.
switch over.
I want to tell you what
Okay.
corporation I boycott.
You know,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he
I don't
did
really-
ask
I don't really
that.
Gladly,
boycott
for
And I was,
sure,
I was
for
the only
sure,
one who
for
answered
sure.
it.
I don't
For
really
sure.
boycott them.
I want to hear it.
Wait, what was the brand you
Net-
boycott?
It was Twitter.
And
Oh,
what was the
yeah.
brand you boycott?
Nestle.
Like Nestle,
Nestle.
Oh, Nestle.
Nestle.
the cookie?
Nestle.
The cookie one?
like the cookie or the tea.
I don't know. They do a lot of different stuff. They have a.
Yeah, the
Ton of
crunch
different
bars.
brands.
Okay, yeah.
The
Yeah.
crunch bars.
What for?
They were part of that. Remember Flint, Michigan,
Why?
and like their water and everything.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they were part of all that. Like they're part of the reason that didn't get fixed. And I don't know. I was just reading up on it, and they were doing a bunch of stuff. And I was like, "Ew, yikes. So
I hate McDonald's.
Yeah, but come on. you know what?
I mean,
what do you want us to
things
do?
Things slip through the cracks. I'm not holding anybody else to that. That's just a personal like.
Those cookies
I
are
don't
You
damn
want
good.
us to fix the
What do you
fucking
mean?
waters? How we
You're
supposed
right.
to-
We just need socialism, not capitalism. Then it wouldn't have even happened. It would have been the government. keeping
Yes,
it.
and what's the next?
You want to talk about it, buddy?
What's the next thing? Come on.
There's no corporations
yeah,
you don't go against?
We gotta
No,
get everyone
because
in
I
there.
think me
Not
and
out of,
you,
like,
me and you
social
feel the
pride,
exact
but
same
it's just,
way
like-
about like, who cares?
There's got to be something I go against.
Vincent nailed it. Corporations are
loyal,
allowed
though?
to do whatever they want. They can support whatever cause they want. They're allowed to. Any
Unless they're doing
red-blooded
something-
American can do whatever they want.
Or red skinned.
That's fine. The issue is that under capitalism,
Mhm.
we have mega corporations and monopolies, so that these extend way further reaches than most companies. So if, like, let's say I start up a new trend of some product and some other companies do the same thing, instead of having this, eventually one will be made a monopoly. That monopoly is going to have some political alignment, typically, unless they try to stay apolitical, and that seems to be the issue that I tend to have.
Yeah.
Which
And
I think
agree with you.
I think anyone would have.
I agree with you, and I think it's bullshit sometimes when there's a ton of companies out there, man. It's the word virtue signaling is a thing for a reason. And,
Corporations don't care. They don't give a fuck.
but they don't give a fuck, and so why should I?
That's my point. I don't care
Anyways.
what they say. Like,
Now, I
about
think-
my thing. But if
But
they're
what if
also,
it's a
like,
small corporation
doing
doing
damage
something
to-
that's like actually progressive or something that is good
Look-
for the environment?
Look,
or
man, just do your part. You know, just love your neighbor, love your brother, love your sister, love your
Enemy.
they
something.
them.
What corporation do you boycott?
I don't
you
boycott,
know?
but I do love Coke, Adidas, and probably Apple.
Who do you hate?
I don't
Pepsi.
really
There's
care.
not a corporation you hate.
Yeah, fuck Pepsi, bro.
It's a strong word.
There's not some product or some product that you've been a part of.
What's
that-
those Sam's Cola? I fucking hate Sam's
There you
Cola.
go. Okay.
We probably should boycott Amazon.
Nah, dude, what?
They're a monopoly, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
we
I
gotta
said
keep
we
going.
probably
We
should.
gotta
I
keep
didn't
going.
say
We gotta
we're
keep
gonna.
going.
Then you have like exploiting labor and then laboring in
Yeah,
other
okay, what's the
countries
time-
with
time
child
on this thing?
labor.
We're at 59.
Ooh.
Anyways, child labor. Yes, yes.
See, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
that's
If,
fine.
if I
Yes,
know,
yes.
if I know,
You gotta teach them,
if I know-
teach them
Yeah.
teach them young.
young.
So
if I
we're
know
all
that
for
a company's
child labor?
doing stuff like that, then I will try and not.
Are you for child labor?
But I'm not gonna.
I'll go ahead and tell you
No.
Walmart does.
Okay.
So don't shop
You're
at Walmart.
so
again.
lazy, dude.
Okay, this week
I am. It's true.
on the Billboard Top 100, there was a new song by Drake on the weekend.
Best
I
thing he's
see
put
you
out in
boys.
years.
Yes, sir. Hard
pretty
agree.
good, actually.
Hard
I
agree.
actually liked it.
The catch was, boys, it was all written by AI. A guy named Ghostwriter posted it everywhere and has caused mass hysteria amongst UMG, Universal Music Group, which I didn't
course it has.
really know.
Yeah,
that
what is that
corporation
exactly?
is
Hey,
fucking huge.
Now the AI
They're
laws
the
are going to start
monopoly
happening.
of
I think so.
music, right?
They have Republic Records, Capitol Records, Abbey Road
Yeah.
Records, and Def Jam.
Well, I mean, that's what the-
much more.
Before it was harmless, but now that it's making, well, I don't even know that it's.
Now
really
that it's
taking
going in
away
money's
money.
pockets, this
Yeah.
shit is
It's
gonna
about
hit
to happen.
hard.
It's about to start happening.
This
So
Well, let's
You go
just
I think that this actually, dude, I think that we're gonna start seeing pushback for these AI technologies.
already have, but yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
but not
we-
so
we
far
have
in the
already.
music area.
I mean, even in my line of work, they have an AI that
Uh-huh.
could essentially pretty much take our job.
Yeah, it's gonna get there.
I mean, AI is, it's
It's
well,
crazy.
AI is gonna come up for most jobs, right? But now it
Yeah.
seems like, oh shit, this is might happen
Right.
in
Yeah.
the next few
That's-
years.
This is
that's
my
where we're
living
at.
and my
Yeah.
livelihood. Back to when we first talked about this with the art stuff and the huge pushback.
yeah.
Music's art. Now we're having a big pushback for the music arts against this AI because some people are predicting of what's going to happen. One prediction I've heard is that these record labels and companies are no longer going to like get an artist and have them record a whole album. They're just going to have them come and do a single song or part of a song, and then just for that time pay them and then let AI do the rest.
that's crazy.
Because it's really just a face and the voice now. That's all you need, and you only need a section of
It's
it for the
about a
AI to learn.
brand.
And now the AI can just make those
It's all
songs
hot
continuously.
Miku, bro. I'm telling you, the Japanese AI.
Is it AI?
Huh?
No, it's just an
It's just a
idol.
Vocaloid.
It's just but it's
Yeah.
just created just
Yeah.
to make money and to
Mhm.
make profit off that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it's all just gonna gear towards, anyways, right?
Yes,
They don't even
but-
need that. Like it's gorillas,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's all. It's
But-
just Damon Albarn behind the mask,
yeah.
the man behind the mask. You know. But
Okay.
that being said, that song was fucking good.
It was. No, it's crazy.
Like I really liked that song, and people didn't even know it wasn't them. They had to come out and say, "Yeah, that wasn't us. It's completely fake."
That's so crazy.
I know.
I didn't know that.
That's and it got
Wouldn't it
Billboard
be-
top. They banned it on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, everywhere. Banned
Okay, that's why you told us to listen to it before it gets
it.
taken
Yeah,
down.
because it's
Okay.
going to. Well, it just keeps getting uploaded.
Wouldn't
the
it be
guy,
Yeah.
cool though if you're like, I really like this album, and say you had like an artist who did like a bunch of different stuff in each album. You know what I mean? You're like, I like this album though. I just want more songs that are
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, true.
And I just want to. And then
Well,
you know,
we've been waiting. So Frank Ocean,
it'd be cool.
last album 2016, with his AI, we don't have to wait anymore. They
We
can just
don't.
make a new album,
Yeah.
and it could be just as
Which
good
is
or even
sick.
better.
And now the cat's out of the bag, and you can't put it back in the bag. So
It's
People-
too far.
regardless of what laws are probably going to be made, it's going to be made,
Mm-hmm.
and
this-
it's going to be out there.
This too, like they can make a new Beatles album.
Yeah.
They can make a new Pink
Easy.
Floyd album.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can make any of that.
And with there being so much content for Pink Floyd and Beatles, that just makes the AI even better at replicating it because they have so much to go off of.
And the
which
thing
is
is, like,
crazier.
I think with the internet is it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, just as long as it keeps producing stuff to like keep drawing us in, you know, like just to keep eyes attentive towards that thing is like what the end goal is.
Mhm.
Because it doesn't even matter what it said or
Brainwash
does.
us.
Well, not brainwashing, but I think like as long
No, I
as
know
it
what you
gets
mean.
clicks and gets views, that's all that matters.
Yeah, because it's money.
Which it all boils down to. But that being said, UMG was like, they were like, you guys, we need to decide what side of history we're gonna be on. Are we gonna be with the AI or against it?
Is
Are we
that
gonna
what
be
they
for
really?
the artist or
They
against
didn't
it?
come out and
We're
say
like,
that.
bro, fuck you, man.
They didn't say that, did
They did. They said,
Really?
bro, I got it on my phone. I'll tell
Please,
you.
I
I'll
want a
verbatim.
direct quote of this
'Cause I put
cringe
this.
reaction because they're trying to like,
They're shaking in their boots.
yeah, dude, they're
Dude,
sweating
what a
bad.
speech.
UMG's success has been in part due to embracing new technology and putting it to work for our artists, as we have been doing with our own innovation around AI for some time already. With that said, however, the training of generative AI using our artists' music, which represents both a breach of our agreements and a violation of copyright law, as well as the availability of infringing content created with generative AI on DSPs, begs the question as to which side of history all stakeholders in the music ecosystem wants to be on: the side of artists, fans, and human creative expression, or on the side of deepfakes, fraud, and denying artists their due compensation. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Did they say this when AI art was coming out? When
No,
people-
they
yeah,
didn't
that's
give
the
a
thing.
fucking shit.
As soon as it
until-
touches their little paycheck, that's the issue. And that's what it's,
It's
gonna be.
just-
It's so funny. It's so funny that they're gonna. That's a hilarious.
Yeah, which is
reaction.
like, yeah, fuck you, dude. I'm on the side of just let's just keep creating it.
Mhm.
You know, it's like the game stonks thing where it's just like, yeah, fuck this, fuck these corporations, these millionaires,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. You know,
Eat
like
the
just watch it all
rich.
burn, bro. Eat the rich. You
I
heard?
don't.
that was a dog whistle, but yeah.
I don't know, man. It's I think it's very cool where we're at with AI, but
For sure.
it is, dude. It's scary because in what you just said, when it touches their little paycheck, I just told you we have an AI program that can replace my job.
Mhm.
It's not cool. It's not. AI fucking sucks.
Oh,
Right?
here we go.
do you think
Here,
there's-
So
I'm
do you
gonna-
do you
I'm gonna
think
come say
your
it.
position would completely be taken over by AI?
I think it could, yeah.
Do you think
Really?
it will?
Yeah.
Like realistically, it could.
I
Because
mean, not what
because you manage
not what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But there's certain positions in my department
That
that it
could.
can take over,
Mhm.
which would get rid of, a good bit of our staff.
Well, best case scenario, nobody has to work anymore. And we
Yeah,
just,
then
we all just get universal
livelihood of
basic
the average
income.
person goes up.
And we
That's
can-
my
And
So
you
we
point.
all
just
get
spend your time doing
universal
whatever you
basic
wanna do.
income, dude.
And we
That's best case scenario. I didn't say
It's
that would
like
happen.
WALL-E,
That
bro.
definitely won't happen.
Yeah.
it's like that movie
because
Wall-E.
Corporations rule our lives.
Wall-E.
I just think it's something that
Maybe.
you know what, we probably just shouldn't touch. We already opened Pandora's box. Let's see what happens in the next 100 years.
Okay, here's
Here we
something
go.
else.
Okay,
like-
whose jobs are going to be taken at this table?
Not mine.
Not mine.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think
don't
yours
think
will.
So. You think so?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think
He's his
my
IT.
normal help desk stuff would.
Yeah,
Thank
help desk
God.
stuff.
You're gone.
And that's the
bro.
part that you hate the
You're
most,
fucking
too.
Gone.
You'd be able to spend more time on them.
People
more.
pay for this personality, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I think it would take my job in the sense that it would take other people's jobs. So what would I be helping with? Because I help users. when they
Mine
break
could
stuff.
potentially be
though.
taken if they put AI into like robots and they're like able to take in new surroundings and stuff. Because I'm in a new place every day.
Is this it
Most of
though?
the time.
Is
Well,
this
most
the end of
physical
it all?
labor
That's
is going to
what.
be protected for a long,
Yeah.
long time till they start releasing the T series.
Well, then you got the is that the
Like
Boston Dynamics?
Yeah, Boston Dynamics.
Dude, Boston Dynamics is so sick. I love their
well,
exposés of their robots.
here's what I think. I think they're just gonna make some band like the Gorillas or something, and it's gonna be all fake AI. And they're gonna make songs and they're just gonna chart, and then some
Yeah.
corporation's gonna make money off of it. As long as that corporation, like UMG or whatever, makes it and makes the profit off it, they'll be fine with it.
Oh yeah, they
Oh,
won't
yeah.
You know
care.
what I mean? I think
But
that's
what
where
about
it's gonna go.
what about the artists themselves though?
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Because if
That's-
I get
That's where I say
Kanye.
That's where I say fuck AI again.
Well, I mean,
Well-
it just comes down to like what's
Because
copyright.
now the artist
if you
is
consider if you
out-
consider AI copyright though, and everything that an AI makes like with your voice, you make money on, then would it be that big?
it
a
gets
deal?
down to super specific copyright laws.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Here's my personal opinion on that.
We're
Say
not
if,
ready
Say
for
if
it.
I was an artist and an AI
I mean, like our
was
laws.
making content like me, and let's all just
I'll be
this
back.
this Drake song that just came out,
which is hot.
which
Boris.
is hot. You said specifically, which I agree upon. Best thing Drake. Well, he didn't release it, but best thing Drake's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I, as an artist, am competing with an AI version of myself
To be better.
that's better than me, and I can't compete with it.
Yeah. I hate Drake though.
Makes
I
me
think,
wanna
I think people will
yeah.
always
Blow my brains out. This
I think people will always prefer. Well, a subsect of people might always prefer like the real thing though.
yeah.
How about like
don't-
concerts? I
I
mean,
don't-
what
I
if
don't
you
think so.
what if you just had AI like
Yeah, but those
create your
people.
music and then you
Dude,
just went into concerts and just performed?
people would
because
go-
people would still do that.
They would go. They don't even need anybody on stage. They would just go for this big stage
think
with
so?
the lights
Yeah.
and music.
No, here's
yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing.
I think
So
yeah,
Steve
maybe.
Lacy, right? You familiar with this artist?
They did the Michael Jackson thing where he was
Yeah. Okay, so this guy Steve Lacy had a hit song on TikTok, right?
yeah. I know what you're talking
People
about.
go to the concert. They don't know any other songs. They just know that one song.
Yeah.
They don't fucking care about Steve Lacy.
Yeah.
They just care about posting shit. They don't give a fuck about these artists. They don't buy the albums. They don't even listen to the albums.
Well, that's because you don't buy albums anymore.
I do.
That's a thing of the past. You live it in the past, Jet. If you
Look,
don't
all
have a
I'm saying
Spotify
is,
subscription,
like,
then what are you doing?
People want to say, "Oh, we're gonna lose creative artists and whatever," but they don't
I don't
support
know.
them anyways. They
Yeah.
don't even listen to half the shit that comes out. It's just whatever's like tailored to them. Anyways,
don't most
It's all
artists still
algorithm
make
anyways.
most of their money through merch,
Yeah, I think a lot of like low,
or is that more like? I mean, obviously the big people.
like there's
Drake.
like local bands and shit like that.
Drake's like a billionaire, so I don't really care if this affects him. To be
Yeah, but it
honest.
will
Now,
affect other smaller
I
artists.
agree. Yeah, affecting smaller artists is bad.
But are those smaller artists even good? You know
well,
what I
the
mean?
thing is too, it's like
you can't compete
how
with
can you
AI.
make a name for yourself if once AI takes over? I mean, I don't know. I feel like it'd be harder to like break into fame.
It'll be
Maybe
its own
not.
genre.
A
It'll be
gen-
this
an
is
AI genre.
AI genre. This is just the new Fleetwood Mac album, completely AI.
As long as you you like specified that it was AI, right?
I think so. I think that's what's gonna happen in the future.
But I mean, my point still stands. Like, you could just have AI. You could even sing the AI stuff at a concert, and I think people would go to that. I think you'd still make a ton of money that way if you're somebody like Drake.
Yeah.
Now, smaller artist, I don't know.
An AI national anthem. Just think about it. Just think about it. Anyways. No?
Only if it's sung by Airsoft Fatty.
I think I have a pretty good take on it.
Airsoft.
I'm Chili Cole, and I'm the leader of the resistance.
Cole, all I gotta say is an AI could never replace you, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Anyways, that's all I wanted to say this whole round. We're on an hour, 11 minutes. I say we just wrap it up.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
keep going.
I'm about to pee myself.
Yeah, I really have to piss. I,
I
assume
had
that's
to.
what you had to do.
I had to do that.
I say we wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
Let's just
Bud
end it
Light's
here.
going right through you.
Bud Light, shitty beer.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it. Hate UMG. I don't
beer in
hate
general.
UMG. They have Republic Records, which is Ariana Grande, so I don't hate them. But you had a
like
bad
her
take
and
on
not
AI.
like her production company.
I don't like her. I love
or
her.
whatever you call it.
Okay.
She's a sellout.
Anyways, excited for Harry Potter. Excited for Game of Thrones. You boys want anything else you want to say? Wrap it up for me, boys.
I would just like to say that I've been very distracted by the interns mismatching socks this whole time.
Damn.
They are very unprofessional.
I've got one of those. That red hangs. I got that.
Let's end it here, boys.
Is this copyrighted?
No.
Yeah.
Of course not, bro. I can. Is
this the AI version?
It's the Kanye West version, bro. Without AI, this is what we're missing.
Don't touch me there.
All right, guys, that's it.
You touched my nut.
That was the Heavily Spiced podcast. I appreciate all of y'all. Thanks for being on too, boys. Let's do a let's play.
Yeah, we're gonna do a let's play.
No eating.
Yeah, fuck eating.
I've got to pee.
Bye, y'all. Love you.
She's saying no